my friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's reading, this is going to be a channeled message from your spirit guides, your angels. This is just the message that they wanted to leave you with today. So if you already know how pick a cards work, this is pile number 1, this is 2, and this is 3. I will give you some time to meditate as well as a candle selection. So let's go ahead and do the candles first. All right, so pile number 1, you have a white candle. Pile number 2, you have a purple candle. And pile number 3, you have a green candle. So let me go ahead and give you a little bit of an explanation on pick a cards, and then I will give you some time to just meditate a little bit on the actual card piles. So first and foremost, I want you to know that you are never going to choose wrong. This is something that I hear very often. You're worried you're going to choose the wrong one. You are never going to choose wrong. Trust yourself. It all starts with you. The second thing is sometimes you're going to be drawn to multiple piles. Sometimes people will watch the entire reading from start to finish. Some people will watch 1 or 2 piles. It's all up to you, or just one even. The next thing to note is that this is a general reading. I do channel in my guides, your guides, sometimes angels, and I try to get as much out of the reading as humanly possible for me, but please know that this is generalized, so sometimes it's only going to be the candle blessing that's really going to resonate with you. Sometimes it's going to be the entire singular card pile. It's going to be a few cards in the pile. It's going to be the entire reading from start to finish, all 3 piles. It really just depends. So just know that, take what resonates for your life, leave the rest. I'm also reading on the current energy. So know that you are a master manifester. You can change things in your life at any moment. I am not here to make you feel bad, to make you feel worthless. If you ever come away from my readings feeling that way, I would encourage you not to ever listen to my pick a cards. I'm not the reader for you. That's just not what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you and guide you while channeling in that beautiful energy. So just keep all of that in mind. And is there anything else I want to say about this? I think that, how to choose. So you can meditate on the cards when I give you time to do so. You can also look at the timestamps down below, choose if there's like maybe a lucky number that's yours that's down there. A lot of people like to choose that way, myself included. If my lucky number is present, I always know that that is the pile for me. You can choose based off of the candle colors. Maybe one of those colors is your favorite, or you just feel drawn to it today. If you know how to read auric fields, you can read the auric field of the card piles. And one of my favorite ways that I thought was so cool, one of you actually mentioned, was you hover, if you are on mobile, you'll hover your finger over the different card piles and then drop your finger down and see where your finger lands. Like, you can use yourself as a pendulum. So do so if you feel called to that method. I'm going to go ahead and be quiet and allow you some time to just meditate on the cards now. Hello there, my beautiful pile number 1, and welcome to your message from your spirit guides, your angels, sometimes my guides also. First and foremost, let's go ahead and set an intention candle together. You got the white candle, and white candles actually are universal. So white candles can really stand in for anything that you need them for. I like to work with white candles. Like, if you are new to intention candles, I would recommend going out and just getting a bunch of white candles because you can use them universally. So if there's anything you want to bring into your life at this time, this is your moment to take some time out of your day. Just take a deep breath with me and think about something you want to bring into your life. Really hold the focus there, and we'll take a deep breath together. Go ahead and put your hands over your heart. The reason that we do this is because your vibration of your heart, love, is the highest vibrational frequency that we as humans can attune ourselves at this time. And so when we do that, we actually supercharge the intention with like heart infused energy. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath together, in through the nose and out through the mouth. All right, go ahead and light this for you. And, ooh, that's a pretty good sized flame. I feel like that is definitely an above average flame. I feel like we get a lot of those. I feel like a lot of y'all just have a lot of energy. Maybe it's because like Mars went direct in the sign of Aries. I don't know. That is a big flame though, which is great. That to me tells me that whatever you set intention for is going to come relatively quickly. It also signifies to me that there isn't really a lot of blockages around that. So great. We love that. I'm going to go ahead and put this up in the corner of the reading for us so we can keep our eye on it, because sometimes the candle flame will interact with the reading. So we're just going to keep that as is. And let's go ahead and see what the cards have in store for you, pile number one. All right. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Swords, and actually, I apologize. The Queen of Pentacles came out reversed. I don't know why I set it down upright. And we also have the Page of Cups. So I feel like if you chose this pile, when the Queen of Pentacles is reversed, this to me says you are not taking care of yourself. You are feeling maybe very trapped in your emotions, this I feel like can be a very hard pill to swallow. And again, I always want to say that I'm not saying these things because I want you to feel shame for being where you are right now, or, I would never ever want to give that to you. I'm only here to help. I'm only here to assist. That's always my intention. But your guides really want me to tell you that you can choose to be happy. And this is something that I feel like is not talked about enough in our current reality space, but I think we're catching up. But when we look at even psychology, which is something I am going to school for, when we look at psychology, there is actually, you can become literally addicted to your emotional habits, your emotional brain. And yes, we need our emotions. They are extremely important, and you should allow yourself the balance, the space, and the grace to have vulnerability with yourself and with others. I'm not telling you to shut it down. I would never. I feel like from that emotional place, we have authenticity, which authenticity is a big deal to me on this channel if you are familiar with my readings. But I feel like Spirit really wants you to know that happiness doesn't just show up in your life. Happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy at any moment in time. It might take a little bit more work depending on the vibration that you're currently sitting at, but you can be happy at any moment. Even when things are extremely difficult, you can find happiness in any moment. You have to just choose it. I mean, even if you're feeling really down and out right now, smile. Smile. Even if you don't mean it, smile and see. You can feel it. If you are in tune with your body and your intuition, you can feel what that does to your body. And our body is very much in line with us. The mind and the body are not separate. I think many of us also walk around thinking that we're just floating heads, like floating brains. And no, the body is actually very in line with us. So what I'm really seeing is somebody that is just trapped in their emotions. You're letting your emotions get the best of you. And Spirit says you're not taking good care of yourself. I would say even physically, maybe you're not taking care of yourself, because the Queen of Pentacles is normally like the master of self-care. This is somebody that normally is really good at having divine flow in family, work, self-care, and pampering. And when it comes out reversed, it says that we're not doing enough of that. We're not taking care of ourselves. And when we have the Eight of Swords here present, the Eight of Swords, this is about being trapped by our emotions. It feels like everybody's coming for us, or maybe somebody said something to you that was really hurtful, but know that they aren't pinning you to the ground. You're allowing that to invade your mental space. You're not protecting your own thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are not what other people say you are. You are so much more than that. And it's that when I say emotional addiction, this is something that the holistic psychologist teaches a lot about, and I really admire her work. Might be somebody you want to look into. She talks a lot about that, about how in like past versions of herself, she was very addicted to her own emotional trauma, and she would just let it replay in her mind and not take control of it and say, you know what, we're not going to think these thoughts today. And even if you deviate and start to think about them, it's pulling your mind back and putting it on the track you want it to be on. You are in control. I know it seems like you're not, especially because I feel like in today's world, we are not taught that tool. We are not taught that we are more than just what the 4 subjects in school we learn and a few extracurriculars. You are more than that. You can take back the control. And with the Page of Cups, I feel like this is a very like innocent energy. The Page of Cups to me is so innocent, but it's also the way forward for you is to expect good things. I feel like whoever picked this pile, you might be someone that you just like expect bad shit to happen to you. You expect that people are going to be rude to you. You expect that people aren't going to support you. You expect family members to be shitty about your beliefs or whatever it is. But when you start to expect good things and put that intention out there, because whatever you think, it's reflected back outward. Like, for example, right now, I don't know if you can hear them, but my neighbors are currently yelling at each other. This to me is my subconscious reminding me, hey, you're not prioritizing your own peace enough. You need to have better boundaries. And it doesn't mean that I'm controlling everything in my physical reality. My neighbors are still having that argument and that discussion, but I'm more likely to attract that kind of energy to be around me when I don't make me a priority. Does that make sense? I hope that was helpful. I know that might have been like maybe some of you have never, I feel like some of you have just gave you like a lot of information and you're like, I've never even thought of it that way. I really got this like, oh, energy. But expect good things. Expect good things for yourself. This to me is almost like this is like very victim energy. And this is like pulling that optimism up a little bit. And I want to be very clear when I say this. Sometimes you do need to be the victim. Again, I'm not here to tell you how you're feeling is wrong or you should be ashamed. Sometimes you need to be the victim. I don't believe in spiritual bypassing. I don't. I actually think that is toxic positivity and we should not behave that way. However, it's okay to be the victim, but eventually you have to move through that to become the survivor because it's in your life for a reason. And that story might be something that you are going to come through and be able to teach other people how it's going to be okay and they're going to get through it too. All right, let's go ahead and move on. So we also have for you the networker. We have the monk nun. And we have the teacher. What did I just say? I literally just said your story, whatever you're experiencing, you're going to be that person that is going to show other people that it's going to be okay. You are that person that is going to end up with like extra knowledge. Your guides and your spirit team want you to know that the things that you are currently experiencing, you're experiencing them because you are meant to be a survivor. So with teacher, it says ability to communicate knowledge, experiences, skill, or wisdom. With the monk nun, we have selfless devotion, single-minded dedication to spirit. So I also feel like many of you might be on spiritual paths and spirit wants you to know that your place actually could be coming into teaching. And it doesn't mean that you're going to become like a spiritual teacher in particular. You could even just be a teacher in your community, in your family. But the things that you have to say are important and you have to start treating yourself like it is. And then with networker, this enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. So again, I feel like this is something that you're coming into with networker and teacher. Maybe this is going to be more like a career path for you. And this is something you need to consider, that your story, you're going through what you're going through because it's something that is actually going to be in the line of career for you. I feel like this is very like career minded. Just all 3 of these cards really work nicely together. So we also have for you the 6th house routine. We have the water element in sensing. And we have Scorpio, I transform. Ooh, that's fun. I like that energy. So with the sixth house routine, let's go ahead and start there. The sixth house routine, I feel like if this really is you, this like upper cards that I talked about, if this is what you're currently experiencing, Spirit is saying that the way through is through making a routine. I feel like right now, especially if you're watching this video as it goes live, when we move into December 2020 as well as into January, with the way that astrology is, I am an astrologer as well. In case you didn't know, I'm a tropical astrologer, learning sidereal. I haven't quite decided what I want to use. I'm almost more in line with tropical, but both are valuable. I have a whole video I did on that if you want to see it. But Spirit is really saying in the coming months, this is going to be your saving grace. This working on a routine. If there's a morning routine that you want to get into, if there's an afternoon or an evening, you need to give your life more structure. I feel like I'm getting this image of somebody just like laying in bed, wrapped up in all their blankets, watching Netflix with a bunch of snacks. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Taurus. We love that mood, okay? We love self-care. We love being a vegetable watching Netflix, okay? It's like one of my favorite hobbies in the entire world. So I'm not here to shame you. I fully accept and appreciate those kinds of routines as well, but there has to be more balance than that. If every day that's what you're doing with your time, now granted, again, no spiritual bypassing, no toxic positivity, but if that is what you're doing day in and day out and you're not happy, it's time to think about what you could change. Is there a workout routine you could implement? Is there an eating routine? And I don't want to say like eating routines in like being really rigorous, because that can also turn into like eating disorders and, so be very careful with that. Be very mindful of that. But, if there's like, maybe you make the conscious decision, one meal of the day is a really healthy meal or has like greens in it, because your body becomes you, or no, that's not what I meant to say. I'm sorry. What you eat becomes you. That fuel that you put into your body, it starts to make up literally the cells that make who you are physically. So if you start putting nutrients into your body, it's going to reward you. And this is also like, maybe you need a reading routine, a creating routine. Maybe there's a hobby that you've been wanting to pick back up, or something that you want to study with teaching and networking. This is the time to implement a routine. To get good at what you want to get good at, you have to put in the work. You can't just sit back, do nothing, and expect it to come to you. It doesn't work like that. Spirit rewards inspired action. So routine, work out a routine. With water element sensing, I feel like many of you need to get closer to some water. Like even with this Page of Cups, she's sitting in like this beautiful fountain waterfall area. This is saying for you to actually get some healing and grounding, go closer to water. Being a big fan of water as well is a huge sign that you also might be a Lemurian starseed. So keep that, or not a Lemurian starseed, a Lemurian lightworker. I guess it could be a starseed as well though. But water is something that was like very significant to Lemuria. This is something I want to do a podcast on in the future. Water was very significant to Lemuria and the original light workers. So you might actually be a reincarnate of one of those. And so water is going to be extremely healing for you. So if you have a creek nearby, if you have a beach nearby, if you are even in your house, draw a bath, take a shower. Whatever you can do to get closer to that element of water, do it. It's going to be very transformational for you. Then we also have Scorpio, I transform. So some of you might actually be Scorpios, but I feel like right now, Spirit wants you to know that this is a huge opportunity for you. It doesn't feel like it's an opportunity right now because things, honestly, I feel like the energy has been hard, very hard. But this is an opportunity for you to go through great transformation. And seize this opportunity to do so. Seize it. And the last three cards we have for you, we have Trust Your Path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Oh my gosh, this is like one of my favorite cards in this deck. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? This is talking all about creating that routine around a hobby, or getting into something more creative and just going for it, shooting your mother effing shot. Because what do you have to actually lose? People are going to make fun of you. So what if people make fun of you? I promise nobody actually cares. Nobody. And there might be naysayers and haters, but they're going to think about you for like 10 minutes and then they're going to stop thinking about you and it's going to be over. And you might have residual feelings of whatever encounter happened or whatever hate you received for the thing that you're making, but they're not going to think about you again. So let it go and just move like you're being supported, because you are. Your guides are like frustrated. I can feel their frustration. They just want you to know how supported you are. Like, if you could see me right now, I'm like waving my arms all over the place. Like, listen to me. I feel like that's what your guides are doing. They're being like, listen to me. Listen to me. Go shoot your shot. We also have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is raising. You are the oracle. So some of you might actually want to get into doing tarot card reading, doing forms of divination for others. And that's beautiful. I honestly feel like I am truly in my purpose being a tarot card reader. I love doing what I do every day. So of course I'm going to support that endeavor. But your vibration will rise. If you start to actually do these things, you are going to be feeling so much better in such a short amount of time. And honestly, the vibration of the collective is rising, period. Like, it's something that you couldn't stop it even if you tried. We're moving. Oh gosh, this is like a huge rabbit hole, but to make it short, like, not only are we moving into Saturn in Aquarius, we're also shifting into the age of Aquarius. We have so much planetary energy that is supporting the uprising of the consciousness in the collective. And so I feel like you're a part of that, especially if you're a Lemurian starseed, which that might not resonate with every single person. But if it resonates with you, know that your vibration is rising and you have the ability to divine for yourself and others. Spirit, for some reason, really wants you to be aware of that, even if you don't read for others, or if you do, like I said, I fully support it. But even if you just want to like do what I'm doing for you right now for yourself, you have the ability to do it too. You are the oracle. And then lastly, we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being and integration. Oh my goodness. I think many of you, this is your awakening. This is like the dawning of your awakening. If you're not already in it, this is the dawning of your awakening. Like, you are going through harder times right now and not prioritizing yourself, because sometimes we have to get really uncomfortable before we will move, especially for all my Tauruses out there. If you're a Taurus, hey, we don't move for anyone. I get it. But this is like the dawning of your awakening. You are moving into a new way of being in its entirety. This is such a beautiful reading. I hope you are as excited about this as I am. I am feeling like so pumped from this reading. I love it when this happens. I feel like I need to literally go like run outside, which it's way too cold, so it's not going to happen. But trust your path. You are a pillar of light. Follow that sense of awakening. You are going to do such great things. And I love this so much for you. Please let me know how you feel about it down below. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram, also TikTok. I've been posting 2 TikToks a day. I've been posting a new pick-a-card almost every day on TikTok, just like little mini pick-a-cards. It has been such a good time. I have loved the platform. So definitely come hang out with me on TikTok. Come hang out with me on Instagram. It's all a really good time. We have a lot of fun over there. If you like any of the decks you see here today, please be sure to check out the links for them down below if you want to order them for yourself. And is there anything else I want to mention? When you stand up in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. And if this reading resonated and you feel called to do so, it is never an expectation, but always appreciated. I have my Venmo, Cashapp, and PayPal listed down below. I do accept tips for readings. Everything I receive gets poured back into this channel. I purchased new decks, I purchased candles, I've purchased some equipment pieces that have helped us. So thank you so much to those of you that have done that. Again, I do not expect it. I don't do this because I expect that, but I am so incredibly grateful for those of you that have done so. So thank you. But again, don't expect it. And that is all I have for you. I will catch you all in a future video. I love you so much. Bye. Hello there, my beautiful pile number twos. This is going to be your message from your spirit guides, your angels, my spirit guides. And we're going to go ahead and get started with an intention candle. If you chose this pile, you chose the purple candle. Purple candles represent your intuition. You can choose to set intention for better intuition, connecting stronger with your intuition, psychic ability, unlocking psychic gifts, or you can set any dang intention you want. So just go ahead and choose something you want to bring into your life at this time, be it a person, a place, a thing, a feeling, and then just place both of your hands over your heart, because love is the highest vibrational frequency that we as humans can attune ourselves to. So when you put your hands over your heart, you're actually infusing this intention with that heart chakra love energy. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth on this intention together. Oh, that felt really good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and light this for us. Oh, she almost went out and then she popped up. I feel like maybe some of you that chose this pile don't realize how strong your intuition actually is, because I feel like when it dims out and pops up like that, it's kind of like a, oh, hello, you know, it's like, I didn't even realize I had that gift. So really pay attention to your spiritual gifts. Everybody has psychic gift. I recently, or it wasn't that recent, but I've seen in my comments before people say like, being a psychic is hard. No, it's not. Like, and I don't mean that people that like use their psychic gift like the way that I do in a career format don't have a hard job, or it can't be difficult to navigate, because yes, that is true to some degree, especially if you're very, very, very sensitive. But when I say being a psychic is hard, like, no, unlocking your psychic gifts, you have the power to do. Everybody has psychic gift. It's not something that's just made for special people. So just keep that in mind. Everybody has psychic gift. Yours might be different than mine. You might have multiple, you know, everybody has the ability to connect. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up over here for us in the reading, just so we can keep our eye on it during the reading. And let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for you. So we have the Sun. We love to see it. Beautiful card. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So with the Sun card right away, I feel like if you chose this pile, you're actually really feeling yourself right now. I feel like many of you are actually feeling really good because, or you're about to be, if that's not currently where you are. The Sun card to me is the card that is very like vibrant, bright. I mean, obviously it's the sun, but it's like very vibrant, bright in your personality. It's joyous. This actually reminds me, I did a reading recently. It might have been the relationship reading where the Sun came out, and it was like, it was basically talking about you have so much to give others because you have a very beautiful like personality and beautiful essence about you. And you have so much to give to others and give to the world and give to your partner in that instance. So if you were one of the people that chose that pile, this is like a clear indication that this pile actually may have been very linked to you. So I love that. The Sun is just like such a beautiful, like victorious card. It's like really feeling in your energy and your power and like shining really brightly. We also have the Queen of Wands, which is the confidence card. This to me is like you're feeling real good. You're feeling sassy. You're feeling snatched. You are feeling some type of way, and it's all good stuff. So the Sun and the Queen of Wands coming out together, those are both really strong fire energies as well. Very strong, creative wise, very strong idea wise, and just really stepping up and feeling into your power. I feel like many of you, as Mars went direct in the sign of Aries, if you're watching this when this comes out, many of you have really like, it was like night and day. You don't even know where all this energy came from. That's where it came from. And you are actually feeling really good. You're starting new routines. You're doing things that feel really good for you. You're giving to yourself. You're giving to others. Honestly, I love this. I feel like I do not often get extreme like positive readings. Not that my readings are like so sad, but I feel like it's rare that I pull readings like this where somebody's feeling very confident and in their power. Now with the Six of Pentacles, this kind of parrots off of what I just said about how like you give to others, they give to you. There's a really strong, clear balance happening. You have so much wonder to give the world. So if you are not spreading your joy around, give smiles away. They are free. This is beautiful, beautiful omen for you. Spirit says, hey, round of applause. Good job. We want you to feel good. It feels good to feel good. So we also have for you pile number 2, we have the Companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. That's funny because I was literally just talking about partners, like how this might have been like the relationship thing. We also have the is this the Martyr? Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Love that. And we also have Beggar. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So I feel like if you chose this pile, you're somebody that has already been through a lot. Maybe not necessarily like, well, it could have been recently. You've kind of already been through a lot and you have really up-leveled and matured. You have really transcended your old wounds and you're in a place where you feel good in yourself. So you are able to give to others. You have the love to potentially give to a companion. Spirit wants you to know that you're ready for that. If you're not in a relationship, and this applies to you, which is not going to be everybody, but if you are not in a relationship right now, this is saying to me, like Spirit is saying you're ready. You're ready to be in a relationship. Go ahead and manifest that relationship. With Martyr and Beggar, I feel like you've already been through victimhood, which is funny because in pile number 1, we talked a little bit about victimhood. But like you've already been through the victim mentality stages and you're now at the place where you're coming out the survivor and you're feeling really good and confident in your power with the lessons that you've learned. This is beautiful. This is like such a transcendence in life. Like you're over this like poor me, pity me, feel sorry for me attitude. And you've taken full responsibility and ownership of your life so that you can move in a new direction and in a way that makes you feel happier. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pile number 2. We also have for you, I think I read these. Did I read these out of order? I'm not sure. I feel like I did. I feel like I did these cards third on the first pile. I don't know. It's fine. For some reason, pile number 2, you have 4 astrology cards. I don't know why. Spirit said you needed an extra one, I guess, when I dealt these out. I don't look at them before I read them, so I just deal them out into piles. So you got an extra card. We have the Earth element, stability. We have the 9th house of faith. We have Sagittarius, I see. And we have Venus, love. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, first and foremost, I need to say, those of you that chose this pile, if you are a Sagittarius, you are supposed to be in here. Because purple is Sagittarius's color. And we also have the 9th house and the card of Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules the 9th house. So if you are a Sagittarius and you are here, this was definitely the pile that you were supposed to choose. I feel like for right now, Spirit wants you to know that you have so much goodness in your life because you've expanded your consciousness, which to me, the 9th house really does deal with expanding the mind because that's what Sagittarius is about. It's expanding logic and getting more into like the philosophy of life, getting more into maybe even experiencing more culture. So very beautiful. Because you have done so much of this, you're being granted love and stability, which I feel like maybe this is something that you've been wanting. So many of you have maybe been operating from survival mode, or you've been operating from a place that doesn't really feel good or just for you. And because you've done so much work on yourself, you even with like connecting with yourself more with the purple candle, because you've done so much work for yourself, you're being given all of this. I mean, with the earth element, this also could be your earth sign. So this is going to be Taurus, Virgo, and what is my other earth sign? Oh my gosh, Capricorn. Sorry about it, Capricorn. Love you, baby. This also could have something to do with like that element, money, career, finances. And with Venus love, this is also Taurus and Libra. So I feel like we're getting like strong Taurus energy coming through just because Earth and Venus, that like Taurus is ruled by Venus and it is an earth sign. So I feel like that is coming through very strongly as well. I feel that Spirit also wants you to know that anything you feel like you're currently missing in your life, if anything, which I feel like many of you maybe don't feel that way, but if anything, Spirit wants you to know that you have the power to bring it. Like literally, this reading has everything. It has love for self, which I also feel like Venus is like a lot of self-love too. It's love for a companion. It's financial stability. It's expanding your mind and knowledge. It's having confidence. Like the only thing I don't see present here is children. But I feel like even with children, like the Six of Cups is more of a children's mood versus the Six of Pentacles. But I feel like even if you wanted to expand in that way, like you're being told by Spirit that you're in a beautiful place for expansion. And you've already done it. You've done a lot of it. You've done a lot of expanding. But and if you're listening to this and you're like, Kloee, I don't feel like any of this. I feel like a worthless sack of potatoes right now. Spirit wants you to know that through transcending the beggar and the martyr energy, you will be able to have all of this. Pick up a book. Pick up something that would expand your consciousness. You can't expect to expand yourself and your level of understanding and your level of awareness. You can't expect to transcend where you currently are if you're not feeding yourself good information, if you're not actually out there trying to find it. And I feel like many of you already are doing that, but for those of you that maybe don't feel it, that could be why. You're being told, like Spirit is saying, go and pick up a book. I have videos on my channel where I talk about book recommendations of books that have changed my life and how they have changed my life and what kind of things they have given to me. If you're unsure of stuff, you could start there. Spirit also wants me to tell you specifically, those of you, I feel like my light workers and my star seeds always come through really strongly for some reason. I feel like we just have a whole community of that, honestly. But if you want to know more about like light work, star seeds, that kind of stuff, there is a free PDF online it's called like Telos. Telos. I don't know how to spell it. I'm sorry. Just punch that into Google, however you will, volume 1 PDF, and it will come up. And apparently this, I've only started to read it myself, but apparently this is like channeled information from Lemurians. So that might even be something that you want to use to expand a little bit. Studying symbolism, I'm hearing as well. Just getting a little bit more into studies and having faith that whatever you desire is yours. So we also have, as the last 3 cards for you, pile number 2, we have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. So many of you, I feel like maybe have been just like doing the most. And because of that, Spirit is saying, hey, it's okay to take some time out. You know, it's okay that like, you don't always have to be doing the shadow work. You don't always have to be doing something to level up. It's okay to take a break and zone out. You can take a break. It's all right. We also have no, wait, postpone, pause, and say no. So because this is coming out over top of the martyr as well, I feel like you're being told that if there is like martyr behavior that maybe I'm getting the sense that you aren't even being the martyr. It's like someone around you wants you to participate in their martyrdom. Someone around you wants you to pity them and wants to throw themselves a pity party every day. And don't get me wrong, you can have empathy for that person. I would always encourage that. You can have empathy for that person without coming to their level of consciousness. And it doesn't mean that you're above them or beyond them or better than them. It just means that you protect your energy and your vibration. And it's not wrong for you to say no, that you don't want to participate in that. Does that make sense? And then lastly, we have Pleiades. Oh my gosh, I love this card. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So I feel like many of you are here. If you pulled this pile, if this was the one you were drawn to, you're here for a double mission. You're here to help up level consciousness. You're here. You potentially are a starseed from Pleiades that came here with this intention of uplifting humanity. So I just got the chills as I said that too. It's beautiful. But I hope this reading found you well, pile number 2. I'm really excited to hear what you have to say about it. Please don't forget to claim your blessing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I recently started uploading pick-a-cards every day over on TikTok, as well as some spirituality information and like zodiac memes is something I'm going to be working on. But I've been uploading literally twice a day on TikTok, and it's been so much fun. So definitely go check out all the content that I've been posting over there. And please, 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 if you like any of the decks that you see here, they are all linked down below for you in the order that they appear. And if you feel called to do so, it is never an expectation, but I do have Cashapp, Venmo, and PayPal listed down below. That is where I accept tips for my readings. If you want to tip me, it is not expected. I don't do this because I expect it from you, but I do certainly appreciate it. I pour it all back into the channel. And I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to say. When you stand up in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. I love you so much, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye. Hello there, beautiful pile number 3. We're going to go ahead and get started today with the intention candle. So if you chose this pile, today's candle is a green candle, and green candles represent money, prosperity, bringing those elements into your life. What I would ask you to do is choose something you want to bring into your life, a feeling, a person, a place, a thing, something you want to manifest into your reality currently. And then let's go ahead and take both of our hands, place them over our heart. And what we're doing is we're going to set an intention together using our heart chakra energy, because we as humans, the highest vibrational frequency that we can attune ourselves to is the vibration of love. So when we infuse that heart chakra energy with our intention, it actually gives us the ability to bring it to us faster. So go ahead and place your hands over your heart, and let's take a deep breath in together. Think about that thing that you want to bring in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and light this up for us. All right, she looks like a very small flame. She's growing. She's very small to start out though. So I do feel like it might be a little bit longer for your intention to come in. The candle is growing in size, but I wouldn't say it's like an above average flame. So many of you might have a little bit more to work on before making this manifestation come in. Now, granted, that's not going to be everybody. It's kind of like the collective's energy that makes this happen. So for some of you, it is going to be stronger versus not, but that's just kind of the initial impression that I got. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up in the corner for us, because sometimes the candle flame does interact with the reading. Let's go ahead and see what we have, pile number 2. Wow. I was like, it might take a while. And then the first card for y'all, 10 of Pentacles. Bam. There it is. Okay. The 10 of Pentacles to me is one of the best, if not the best card for financial abundance. It's literally money for a legacy. Like, it's not money that it's just like, oh, you're going to get like a large check. It's like money that you're making for a legacy. It's a lot of money, loads of money. So I love this. And if you've noticed, or if you can see it, there's actually like snow and winter in the back of this card. So not in every part of the world, but in some parts of the world, we are moving into the winter season now. So with that being upon us, this to me says that you will be receiving that money, or it's going to start to come in during the winter season. We also have the 3 of Wands reversed, and we also have the 3 of Swords reversed. So okay, I'm just going to be honest with what I heard. This is not going to apply to everybody, but some of you, is there a divorce settlement? The reason I say that is because the Ace of Wands sometimes can literally be like how do I say this and not get demonetized? It's a very phallic card, especially in this deck. I mean, literally, it's this big wand being held by a hand, if you get what I'm saying. So this to me could indicate like a tie with someone. But the Three of Swords reverse, this is like heartbreak, but because it's reversed, I feel like the initial sting is already over. Like it's something that's already happened. So I was curious, this could be a divorce settlement. This could be like alimony coming to you. You're going to be granted alimony. Now, please do not ever use me in instead of legal advice. Like, no. No. Always go to the lawyer for legal advice. I am not a lawyer, but I'm just telling you what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. Now, also, some of you may also just be really working on yourselves because you've already kind of went through a heartbreak and you're getting to the point where you're just kind of over it. You're done with this, like, honestly, to me, a lot of times the Ace of Wands and I would say the Knight of Wands can be very like fuckboy energy, if you know what I'm saying. So I feel like this is like getting over someone and in pursuit of like career drive, being more in pursuit of your own financial goals. And Spirit says you're going to make it. You're going to like make that paper. So go after it. We also have the heroine, passion for journey of personal empowerment. Yeah. So this is like a very solo journey. We have trickster, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. And then we also have addicts, help you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So I do feel that for some of you, you maybe also are just putting addictions aside. And you're becoming your own hero of your own story. And maybe in the past you were someone that was kind of a trickster and you would do things through deception, but you were attached to somebody who was very much this trickster energy and you have kind of cut them off, or maybe they were the addict as well. And you are having to cut that off and go down your own hero's path and realize that this person that you were with, I feel like it could be a romantic tie, or maybe it is a financial partner, like something in work. Maybe you had a business partner or somebody you went into business with. You're having to cut that person off and kind of go off on your own. And Spirit wants you to know that this is a good call. If this is something, some of you have been considering it, maybe you haven't been getting along with that person, and Spirit is saying this is the time to move on from it. It could also be a marriage or a relationship, and Spirit is just confirming to you that it's time to move on. You need to become the hero of your own story, and you're not going to be able to do it alongside this person anymore. You've known for a long time that they're not good for you. And we also have for you Moon, Soul, Libra, I Balance, and Mars Force. Oh, wow. Okay. So we are going to talk about this because that's very cool. But I still want to give a little more light shedding up here because I also feel like, we're talking about like really big, like business and marriage and things like that. So I guess how this could also play out in like personal life without those things, if you're feeling, I just kind of got this like little inkling of like, that's not everyone, Kloee. So for some of you, this also could be friendship breakups and needing to kind of pursue your studies. And I say that because we do have this book here, and that could also be very symbolic of just learning, going after studies, going and doing like the winter semester at school and really putting the heartbreak or the toxic friendships aside and just going on your own path right now, just overcoming maybe addictive behavior yourself. That is, even being addicted to social media, that is a thing. There is drugs, alcohol, obviously things that are a lot more serious, but there's also things that we don't think are addictions that are like social media, I feel like a lot of us know that social media can be addictive, and we know that it's a real addiction. It's a real problem. If you haven't seen The Social Dilemma, I highly recommend, was that what it was called? I think it was The Social Dilemma on Netflix. It was a really good documentary talking about social media and how it's kind of out of hand. But I feel like this is you really putting that aside and like really tending to self and not letting, I almost want to say even the media, because that's coming out, letting like the media trick you. Like this is also like diet industry, politics, whatever feels very deceptive. The media is very deceptive. They have learned how to really pick up on what we want and learn our personal algorithms to what is going to entertain us and keep us looking. Literally, that, think about when you think of something and then all of a sudden you see an ad for it, or like you're talking about something and then all you see is ads for it on anything you're looking at. They're so good at keeping us stuck and really being the magicians behind the scenes that keep us feeding into this vicious cycle. So I feel like this is really more of a call to action for you to focus more on you. And the reason I said I love this for the astrology down here is in the astrology with Libra, I balance in the middle of the moon, soul, and Mars force. This to me is a beautiful balance of the masculine and feminine. And it doesn't matter how you identify as like male, female, pan, trans. It doesn't matter how you choose to identify. But everybody has divine feminine and divine masculine energy. And if you don't like those terms, it's very similar to yin and yang energy. Everybody has these two corresponding pieces that represent different parts of themselves. And it's not like you need to find your other half to have both. No, you harbor both. So with the moon and soul, this is like our divine feminine aspect. This is our ability to feel into things, our ability to nurture, to care for ourselves, to even, I would say, be more on the creative end of things. And then with the Mars force energy, this is going out and getting, this is the moving, this is the pushing, this is the forcing of things. And you striking a beautiful balance in yourself to be able to actually fulfill what it is that you desire at this time. So especially if it is about money, which I feel like if you chose the green candle and you know anything about that, you like expected a financial reading. So especially if this does have to do with money, that's going to be your winning golden ticket. That's going to be it, is you finding that balance between rest and work and taking care of yourself and forcing new things to come out. It's going to be feeling driven, but also learning when to pull back. That's going to be the thing that really pushes you forward. Now we also have for you the card Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. So Spirit wants you to know that no matter what it is that you're thinking about right now, whether it's going after something in school, in work, cutting off that toxic partner, cutting off in business or in romance or toxic friends, leap. Go ahead and make the first move. You already know. If I've been talking about this and this is resonating with you, you already know in your life what this is pertaining to. Usually your intuition will spark and you're going to feel it. So whatever this thing is that you need to let go of it. I'm also hearing for some of you, it could be eating behaviors. You need to kind of revamp your diet. And I don't mean diet in like diet culture. I mean literally in the foods that you eat, revamping your diet. And I'm not that person. I'm never going to be that person that's like, everybody needs to go vegan, da, 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 da. Like, yes, I eat a plant-based vegan diet. It's something I agree with. I did that for ethical reasons. But I do feel like something to consider, and I know Stargirl the Practical Witch talks about this a lot too, something to consider or even just think about is, when we consume the flesh of animals, we're eating that brutality. We're eating what was done to them, and you're putting that in your body. And again, I'm not that person that's going to tell you need to go vegan overnight. You need to do this. Like, no, always use your own brain. Do what is best for you. But because I'm hearing from Spirit that eating is coming up, that might be something to think about. Maybe just one night a week, you do a plant-based Monday. Dinner that night is always a plant-based meal, and it gets you to try new things and feed your body different kinds of nutrients, or trying to cut out maybe just red meat, or trying to, just doing little things that are going to help your body in its nutritional value. And, Or, maybe for you, it's going just like straight up vegetarian or just trying something that is a little bit more nutritious for you. And you know what that is. You know what is going to speak to you. Like I said, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your body and your eating habits. Now, we also have get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So I also feel that for many of you at this time, that's going to be, I feel like you're actually about to come into a more lonely time in life. And I don't say that to scare you. But if you do feel like that is ringing true, that maybe if you cut off this friend or this partner or this relationship, you're going to be alone, that's okay. Being alone is a beautiful thing, says the introvert over here. But being alone can be a very beautiful thing. Let nature heal you. Especially if you're somebody that identifies as highly sensitive, which I have a video on that on my channel, or empathic. I also have a video on empaths on my channel. If you feel like you're one of those people, being alone with nature will be very healing for you at this time. And last and certainly not least, we have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? So I feel like many of you are struggling to find purpose and meaning in what you want in your life right now, or figure out how you're going to make money in a way that makes you happy, or, it could be a myriad of things here, but I feel like many of you are maybe struggling with that question, and it's going to come from letting go of things to make room for more. It's going to come from being more grounded and centered with yourself, with nature. That's when you're going to be able to hear those inspired action steps that you need to take. So I hope this was helpful for you, pile number 3. Please do not forget to claim your blessing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and newly TikTok. I've started posting 2 TikToks a day where I'm doing mini pick-a-cards, and I'm also doing spiritual information. So please come follow me over there on Instagram. I don't know what my game plan is. I have ideas, but we haven't really moved in on anything, but still follow if you feel like you would like to see more content from me. If you should feel called to do so, the reading resonated. It is never an expectation, but always appreciated. I do have my Cashapp, Venmo, and PayPal listed down below. I do accept tips for my readings. Again, I don't expect that. I don't do it because I expect you to reciprocate in that way, but it is something that if you feel called to do so, it is certainly appreciated. And I feel like, please do not forget, when you stand up in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. If you see any decks here that you like that I've used today, all of them are linked down below for you. And I love you all so, so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.